and we're rolling. So we were in South Africa, now we're all the way up into Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome from British Columbia, Canada, Mr. Randy Dick.
Our deepest breaking points are often our greatest breakthroughs in disguise. Mine coming at 14 when I learned you must break to become. Gravel, blue skies, silence. Nothing below my neck. One moment, racing down the countryside on my motorcycle. The next, my helmetless skull torpedoing into an unyielding building. And in that moment, everything changed. My unfamiliar body lying in the gravel, unable to move. My father standing over me. Randy, can you move your legs, your arms, your fingers? Nothing but dead weight. And then I heard it. The words that would echo for months. Paralysis, paralysis, paralysis. But something else ignited that day. Not the kind of fire that you can see. The kind that burns under your skin. It's invisible. It's merciless and relentless. I was always half of something. One of the twins. But when my body shattered, I wasn't learning just to walk again. I was learning to be me for the first time. And that invisible thread that twins have, I'm scared, he said. We'll get through this together. Jerry wasn't just my twin, he was my fire keeper when my flame nearly went out. Six months in traction. Surgical halo around my neck, weights tugging on my fractured spine. And then, the doctor's words that changed everything. Randy, you're lucky to be alive. Most would have died on the spot. Somebody has a much bigger plan for you. And that's when my inner warrior ignited. One night I caught the nurse looking over my x-ray. Interesting, she said, not knowing that I was listening. His body doesn't just heal, it adapts precisely at the break, stronger and better than ever. Oh my goodness, those words just filled my soul. My strength was never in avoiding the breaks. It was actually repairing and making myself better at each break, time and time again. And this would play out my entire life. Gosh, in fact, I've broken 19 bones and counting. And the doc just walks into the room now and goes, well, what body part did we glue them back together this time, Randy? But the wounds weren't in my medical chart. When I left the hospital, I was 60 pounds, a frail ghost of myself, and something deeper had changed. I developed a relationship with adversity unlike anything else. Not just enduring it, but seeking it, almost like an addiction. Somewhere in those broken bones, I believed a terrible lie, that the depth of my worth was in the depth of that suffering. And too ancient hungers wrestled inside of me, one urging me, "Prove yourself!" The other whispering, "You're still not enough." It's a seductive fire when suffering becomes your identity. I just didn't approach the fire. I deliberately walked into those burning flames. And then the turning point came. The flames are no longer burning me. They're actually starting to forge me. They were no longer destroying me, but defining me. And no longer was I performing for worth. I was becoming worthy. And oh my goodness, then grace. Grace. Grace danced into my life in a college parking lot. Jolene. First glance, hey, when you know, you know. She was all-seeing, fearless heart. I was all rough edges and old burns. But she said to me, "Randy, you are worthy. You don't have to fight for it anymore. You are it." That was the first time somebody looked past my survival and honored my spirit. She saw the fire differently, not as something that was destroying me, but something that was actually purifying me all along. Even with this newfound knowledge, a question still burned inside. Life fought to keep you alive, so what were you fighting for? And then the doctor's words. "Randy, somebody has a much bigger plan for you." See, for years I thought survival was the trophy. But the fire was never asking me to survive, it was asking me to become. And I realized what I owed. Not gratitude, not recovery, return on life. If life invested this much in keeping my fire alive, I needed to keep that fire alive in that life. Ask yourself this question. What will you do to keep the fire of life that fought so hard to keep you alive? Maybe you haven't torpedoed into a building at 14. Maybe your crash is a career, a relationship, a diagnosis, a dream. But there is a lesson to this. Life doesn't fight for you by accident. It battles for you breath by breath, bone by bone, until we're asked one sacred question. What will you do with the fire that life fought to keep alive inside of you? It's been 45 years since that day in the gravel. I don't wear my scars like armor anymore. I wear them like priceless art. Evidence that being broken isn't the end of your story. I've learned that being broken doesn't diminish you, it dimensions you. And these scars that reveal the truth that we resist, breaking isn't the detour. Breaking is the path. Just don't survive your fires. Let them sculpt you. Let them ignite you. Let them rewrite you. Your truest return on life isn't measured by how brightly you burned, but how many others you've ignited. Thank you.
Wow, yes. Well done. Woo! And you wore red on fire. Good job. Well done. Nice job. All right. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead, James. You got this one.
All right, here's my first message to you. I want you to buy pocketless pants. I want you to keep your hand out of your pocket, all right? But you have a great presence, you got a great story, your believability is on point, and it was a privilege just hearing you share your heart.
Yes, yes. All right, Diana, go ahead.
Yeah, that was a very powerful delivery. I love the way you came out and you were quiet and you looked at us. That felt really good. That was the first speaker that did that tonight. You have a lot of drama in your delivery. I like watching you. You're really fun to watch. I feel a little disconnect between the actual subject and who you are. And I was also very curious about your brother. But I feel that you are going to find just the right message that will fit with your powerful delivery. You could talk about anything and you would be compelling. And I see a great future for you in speaking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. All right, Raquel.
So this is fire. I know it's hard to help because I am not an artist, but man, I just think you're fire. I think you were very polished. I felt like I was watching a performance, almost like Broadway, play or something. You have a really great voice. At one point, I just closed my eyes and I'm like, you should do books on tape. I just listen to him talk. I think that you made me feel very hopeful. In a way that I haven't quite felt tonight. I felt lots of wonderful things, but I felt very hopeful and very motivated by what you had to say. I think that you're also a very polished writer. I thought the message was polished, you're polished, the delivery is polished. I thought you were awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And Amy?
Randy, nice to meet you. I love your presence as well. You obviously dominate the stage with who you are naturally, and I think that's a gift that you were given. So that's a lucky thing for you because not everyone has that quality. It's just something you were born with. Now, I agree that you just need to hone in on that message, and I'm going to ask you a question. I hope this is allowed. Okay, I got permission. So I just wanted you to tell me right now, and to the audience, how are you becoming worthy, and why do you think that you survived that accident?
Ooh, great question. Well, I survived that crash and learned to walk again because I have a gift that I need to share, and I need to enlighten and put the fire in other people. And so I've been doing that for 45 years now, inspiring them, because not many people get to walk again after they've been paralyzed. And so that just has given me just a real desire to be a life of significance in the world. I mean, success is great, but you get to the point where it's about significance. And that's where I am today. How do I impact other people and lead a life of significance?
Okay, great. Now that I love that, and I feel like you even have a deeper story. There's so much to it. So for me, it was like, oh, this is so great, and I love it. It sounds like his life was just, given back to him, and I liked all of that. You mentioned a couple times that the doctor said an important thing to you, and that was someone has a bigger plan for you.
Yeah, God.
But then you didn't. Yeah, and I think you need to mention that. That's what
I agree. I agree.
You need to bring it in.
Amen.
And let it ride and just
God.
win everything, and then everybody will understand why you are here.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Give him a round of applause. Randy Dick, that's wonderful. Well done. Rock'em Sock'em.